All right, welcome into another edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mack here on 1010XL's podcast platform at 1010XL.com. Of course, on 1010XL's app as well. And here live on my Facebook. And, of course, it'll be shared all over social media, all over the platforms, and wherever you watch or listen to your podcasts. Of course, you got a bunch of great content right here at 1010XL.com, whether we're talking Jags, Gators, what have you. Most of it done by the radio hosts that are here. I am in the 1010XL studios. My show is brought to you by Chris Lucero's Bail Bonds, the number one name in the bail game, formerly known as Available Bail Bonds down in St. Augustine. Same location, new number at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. I know Chris personally and have for many years. Great individual, great dude, cares about his community, cares about people, and he gets the job done. We had an incident, family friend needed some help, got it done. I called Chris and took care of business right away. Also brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal. Check them out at jdogjunkremoval.com. Anything you need, get rid of the trash, get rid of the junk. They'll just take it, haul it, clean it up. Veteran owned and operated. Big fans of J-Dog Junk Removal. All right, lots to get into today. Josh Allen returns. We'll talk Town Hall. I'll talk Trevor Lawrence and just a tiny bit, tidbit of a look around the National Football League. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Costa Rica. All right. Hey, Mark. Welcome. Oh, my friend Mark's is 35,000 feet in Costa Rica right now. And our other friend, Cindy, out in Kentucky. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate that. Graham Marsh is here, my producer. Hi, Graham. How are you, pal?
Good morning, sir.
How you feeling? It's Tuesday, huh? Suck it up Tuesday, right? Work day, Tuesday.
But I have Friday off, so.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Or you do?
I do.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You've been wanting that Friday off. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Very good. You've been going to minicamp?
I did not go yesterday.
Yep.
But I will be there today and I think tomorrow.
Okay. 45 minutes long, I'm told. That's great. Get them in, get them done, get them out.
It's honestly more just getting a little sweat in.
Yeah. Look, the young guys are getting more reps. The guys that haven't been around, they're getting more reps. Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, they stick around. They need the numbers. They make some plays. They just get more and more comfortable with the defensive scheme, what they're calling. Even if it's, basic for the rookies, it's not going to be that basic, but it's still good for those young guys to go over it and, feel more and more comfortable. Of course, Josh Allen returns. Oh, my goodness. Before it was all this speculation. What's he doing? What does it mean? Why is he not here? And you're like, okay, here's probably the reality. Mandatory means if you skip and you're under contract, they fine you. So, unless you're holding out for a contract like they, guys do in training camp, you're not going to miss a mini camp if the team's going to fine you. So that could be one motivational factor. Look, and players don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. What matters is what happens come game day. Now, granted, like I've said here before, Graham, training camp, sure. That starts happening, I would be concerned. Mini camp, no, but he's here, and that's a good thing, I guess. I'll tell you what, him working out on his own. And I love the videos. The videos, and he's obviously, videos are everywhere. Everyone wants to show a video. No, look at me. I'm working out. I'm doing this stuff. I'm running around. I got some guy. I love the guy. And I'm sure he's either a friend, colleague, whatever, of Josh Allen, trying to block Josh. Like half his size. He's not going to block anything. But nonetheless, he's working out. He's in good shape. I expect Josh Allen to be in good shape. I wouldn't expect anything less. I don't think it's a big story that he's back at training. It doesn't matter. I'm glad he's back. And look, for his bank account, I'm sure it's glad to be back too. He's going to say all the right things. They're going to say all the right things. Doug Peterson's a pro. He's not caught up in these tomfoolery games of I'm mad at Josh Allen. That doesn't. Hey, look, you don't want to work out here. I want everybody here. That's what every coach wants. But certain guys with certain status that can do that, hey, as long as you come back and you're ready to rock and roll and in top condition, that wouldn't bother me. And I don't think it bothers Doug Peterson. Josh Allen knows about the culture. He's lived the culture. He knows what the difference is between then and now. He knows what is expected. And let's be honest. He's got a huge year ahead of him. He's got a lot to prove this year if he wants that big bag. Now, granted, what he's playing for this year is pretty damn big in my book, but you know what I mean? That really big 4-year, $80 million or whatever dollar contract that he may or may not get. I think it's the team needs him. They need him. They need him to perform more consistently. No doubt about that. Do they look at a guy like Hunter? I don't know. Behind the scenes, maybe they are. That's a trade scenario. So you'd have to give up some draft or whatever collateral to get him. The star rusher from Minnesota. He's a very good player. I mean, I'd be jacked as all get out if Hunter was a Jaguar. Are you kidding me? No doubt about it. But look, it's up to Josh, and he's there. I think it's a good thing. What are you saying, pal?
The talks of trade Josh Allen for Danielle Hunter straight up. Why would the Vikings ever do that?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Why would you trade a guy that you know is good enough to pay a long-term deal for a guy that you don't know is good enough to pay for a long? That doesn't make any sense.
No, right. Well,
because they're going to want the same amount of money.
Remember, Kansas City supposedly wanted Josh Allen last year, if you remember, trying to trade for him. Those were rumors for that. So, look, other teams, what do they say? And he's not trash. I'm not trying to say that. But other teams, trash is another team's treasure, I mean, why are the Vikings considering trading Hunter? Why? Why wouldn't they make him one of those highest paid defensive ends or outside backers, right? There's a reason.
That's the thing is the reason I feel like has to be financial, and they know he's going to be due for big money soon.
Yep.
So they'd rather just get his contract off the books.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, age-wise and contractually, is basically in the same boat. Next year, it's going to be time for him to want big money.
Yep.
Potentially.
Yep.
Danielle Hunter, would be someone that would qualify for that type of contract if you have the means to pay it.
Yeah, and it sounds like they don't want to tag him either.
Right. Josh Allen, it's kind of up in the air still. We kind of need to see a little bit more. We're not totally sure. So why would you, if I'm the Vikings, why in the world would I trade a more sure bet when I'm trying to get out of the business of paying a defensive lineman big money altogether? You know what I'm saying?
They must have somebody. I mean, look, the backup to Cook is a pretty good player. The heck's his name? He's for the Vikings. The running back's that's going to take Madison or something like that. Really quick, but is it Madison? It's something Mattti. So, yeah. Look it up for me, would you? But he's an exciting, electric type guy, and they probably sit there like, well, Dalvin eventually is going to cost us big money. We don't want to pay that for him.
Alexander Madison.
Madison, hey man, how I pulled that off, I don't know, but he's a quick back, quick hitting back, can take it to the house, that kind of thing. But look, Dalvin Cook has a ton of value. I'm sorry, he's a home run hitter, and if you want to pay it back, I put him ahead of the rest out there. No disrespect. But I would. I mean, I'd take Dalvin Cook over Ezekiel Elliott all day long right now.
I would too.
I would. He's more of a home run hitter. That's what the league is these days. So, I don't know why, Hunter would be left out there, but there is a reason there. And it is different here because they want to see more. Josh is one of theirs. He's part of the culture. They love him. They want him here, but they also want more production out of him, as we all do. It's great that he's back. It's great that he's back. All right, let's get into these town hall meetings. The first one was yesterday. They're calling them community huddles. So, look, you get a chance to, talk to the brass, talk to the organization, ask questions. Good morning, everybody. About the new stadium, everything. I get it. This clip of Shad Khan going around, he got a little, he was a little tiffed. You could tell. I don't blame him. I'm with him on this one. He was asked about the 50-50 split or whatnot, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me. He's like, what are you, negotiating with the city? What is this? Like, get out of here. Like, I'm not negotiating through. Don't even come to me with deal points. Yes, is it a lot of money? Yes. Will the city have to pay for a lot of it? Yes. Am I the only one in the stratosphere around here that could put up the kind of money that it's going to take? Let's not forget, but he's a billionaire. That doesn't matter. It's still $1 billion. I mean, if you had $5 billion and you're going to spend $1 billion, right? Yeah, I got 4 left. But that's 20% of your revenue. Take it to your level.
Would you want anyone to come and be like, well, just what's 20% of what you have?
Right. You make $100,000, give me 20 grand. Now you got 80. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you had 100 grand. What's 20? Exactly. It's the same thing.
So look, I would refrain from asking about that kind of stuff.
I took it,
and I'm with Shot. I'd be like, get out of here, man.
Yeah,
I'm not negotiating with you. And if you're not a member of the city that's got to negotiate with me, don't ask me that question. That's not your place. Now, once the deal is struck, go ahead, ask all you want, right? Shot, man, asking the city to pay for, blah, 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 whatever it is. That's a lot. Well, then he can answer it, right? But look, the flip side and the answer will always be this. There is nobody else that's coming to make this kind of investment. And yet, again, we talked about it last week, Graham. This is long, forever. This is a forever investment. That's what this could be, is a forever investment. And they're right. It's not just about the Jags, although they're the majority about it, but it's about that whole area. You want to talk about a destination? Let me ask you this. When's the last time, and I'm not talking about people that live in San Marco and Riverside, and people that really, really, truly know the small spots downtown. There are a couple, right, where you can go hang out and have a good time. I understand that. But when's the last time anyone said, hey, let's go downtown and walk around?
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen. You go because you got to go. Like, look, last night, I'm down at the Times Union Center for the Nancy Dance end of the year recital. It was a long rehearsal. I am hosting the second act. I am your host of the second act. Thank you very much. How I got talked into it, I still don't know. They got me at a really vulnerable time again. This is probably my fourth or fifth appearance in the end of the year recital. It's going to be
They're like, wait till he's a couple of beers in and then ask him.
Oh, I got to have a bus. Yeah. Oh, you mean to ask me? Yeah, of course.
Wait
Soften him up.
Let Tommy grease his own wheels a little bit, and then we'll
It's like
him.
when I make hamburgers, I get them in a ball and then I whack, kind of get them all loosened up and then make the patty. I don't know why. Does anybody else do that? I do a lot. I give it a good 5, wapa, 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 and it bounces right off. Right
Can't
in your
say I've
hand.
done that. But it seems really fun.
Like tenderize, and it is kind of fun. And I feel like I'm a little Italiano when I do it, getting the meat tenderized. Yeah. But that's what they did. They softened me up. And listen, I will tell you this, Graham. Being backstage, so my youngest is still dancing. My number 2, Kelsey's an assistant teacher, and my wife is the quick change. Helps with the quick changes, right? So they're all right there.
The McManuses are very involved in this production. It's so much
fun. I mean, it really is. It's a lot of fun. The show's tonight. They did a great job in the baby show, which was Sunday. And I'm not going to give you their names, but there were 3, 2 current Jags and 1 former Jag in the audience. So their daughters must dance.
Oh, very cool. Nice.
Or their sons. There's a couple hip-hop dances with little boys. They're tykes. I shouldn't say that tykes. They're little tykes, man. They're fun to watch, but nonetheless, that is my life. I'll be running on fumes today, tomorrow, and whatnot, but it's a good time. Making memories, baby. Making memories about it. So anyway, so look, I like the fact that they're having these sessions, these community huddles. They're at least giving you a chance to express. I'm assuming there's a parking garage in the whole mix, right, for parking. I don't know about tailgating, and that may be an issue. So we talked about that. I think, look, for me, this is a chance for Jacksonville to be put on the map even more. It could be even more of a destination city, like you want to go to downtown Jacksonville. And pick another city. Pick Philly. Pick Chicago. Pick you know what I mean? Pick vibrant cities. Where do you want to go? You want to go downtown. You want to go check it out. You want to go see all the great stuff that's there. And that's what their investment is. So I know we get, and I don't want to say short-sighted, but we live in the now so much. We're like, oh my gosh. But this is like, if you took $2 billion and spread it over 50 years, let's just say we're still alive in 50 years, or, humanity's still around. I hope it is. But let's just use 50 years. If what they're building, if they pull off, and it may not be verbatim, we know drawings, they change. It depends on things. But if they pull off anywhere near what they're talking about, I don't care the cost. It's worth it. And if that means a little extra tax for the residents, I don't know what that means. If you broke it down per resident, what does it really mean? I don't know. Maybe somebody out there does that for a living. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is what it's going to cost in taxes. I don't know. You write half of the crap off anyway. Does it even affect you?
I saw on Twitter, so, because clearly Twitter has.
Oh, they know everything.
clearly Twitter's got all the books on everything, and they've double checked the spreadsheets. So this number could be completely wrong. So just don't quote me on
I saw it.
This number religiously, but I saw it'd be like $1,000 over 2 years or something like that for
And if that's anywhere near true, yeah. And now some people they don't have that extra cash. We get that, but most people, if it's coming out of taxes, and I don't know, go to more coffee meetings. Go, you know what I mean? Go meet and don't even buy anything. Just say you met, or whatever. Go, well, you'd have to buy something, but go do that. I don't know. I don't know how much it affects. I know it's huge. I've said it before. It shouldn't be political, and I don't think it is. I think it doesn't seem to be. Donna Deegan, our new mayor, takes office on July 1st, so I'm sure that's going to be on her docket. We're not going to hear anything prior to that. It's all going to be speculation. And
it's all going to be, even when she's publicly asked about it, and this is what she should do, it's going to be generic
answers.
It's going to be the coach speak version of what it's going to be. We want to get it done. We're working hard. It's going to be all that. So it's not like hearing her speak publicly on it is going to do much. We'll really know when votes happen. That's when we're really going to figure this out.
Yeah.
And you and I have talked about this just to go back for a second about like making downtown somewhere that people want to go. It's also about making downtown somewhere that people want to live.
Absolutely.
Because
without question.
I think you and I specifically have talked about this before. It's not as much with your demographic. Married with children is not typically the demographic that lives downtown. It's my age.
Yep.
It's the 20s to 30s.
Damn right.
Because we talked about this, part of what makes it really tough in downtown Jacksonville to survive as a restaurant or a bar or a shop or what have you is
people.
Right. And it's during events and stuff, you're getting great business.
Right.
When the UFC comes to town, when the Jags are playing, when those days are easy. But on a random Tuesday, like tonight, for example, is a sports bar downtown going to be popping?
Right.
Not really, because people don't live there.
Right.
My friends.
But if they did, you'd have. I'm sorry to cut you off, but if they did, people would stop in.
100%.
They grab a beer. They grab a sandwich. They whatever.
You better believe if I had an apartment, like I live in an apartment in Town Center. Okay. Yep. Most people my age are Town Center or the beach. Those are the two spots.
Great point.
So if my buddies, or let's say last night, right, the NBA Finals are on, and my buddies wanted to get together and watch the game or something, we're going to go somewhere, Town Center or the beach.
Yep.
We're not going to go somewhere downtown because none of us live over there.
No, right.
You know what I mean? But other cities, that is not the case.
Right. I shouldn't say there's nothing to go to. I know Intuition L, there's other play, but there's not enough to go to. We'd say, let's forego. Like, look, Town Center, perfect example. You can go there and walk. Let's go to the Town Center. What are you doing today? I don't know. I don't feel like doing anything. Okay, you want to go to the Town Center and walk around? Maybe we'll see something. Yeah,
it's
cool.
nice out tonight.
That's a destination.
Let's walk around. Let's get dinner.
Pick that up. You know what I mean? It's going to be different, but that's what we're talking about. So look, I know it's a ton of money. I'm not trying to tell a city what to do, but this is a forever investment in my book, and you got to have it. You want this city to continue to thrive and continue to grow. Yes, and I tell you what, your idea about the 30,000 to the baseball and then make it amazing, I really like that idea. I mean, if we could it's time. Don't you think it's time? And especially once we get everything built, it's time for another professional. Now, soccer's coming, which is cool, but a professional, either baseball, basketball, whatever. I don't know if hockey will fit because Tampa's right there, but whatever. Just another professional team. It's time, Jacksonville. It's time. I mean, I wonder, I never really thought about it, but how many NFL cities only have the NFL in them? You know what I mean? Like, there's not another team
I see what you're
other
saying.
than, like the Jags. There's, of course, we have minor leagues and that kind of thing, but what other city has that? I'd have to think about it.
Green Bay, but that market's you're kind. That's kind of Milwaukee, also.
Right.
And
it's Green Bay. I mean, you're talking,
it's more of a history thing and all
that's
that.
Grandfathered in. You're not
right, of course.
You don't have to change Lambeau, but you'd go to Is Lambeau not a destination? Even if you're not a Packer fan, people, I mean, if they could get tickets, but Wouldn't people probably do that in the summertime? Let's go check out Lambeau. Let's go walk around, just see it.
And again, you're kind of in Green Bay, you're kind of incorporating the Milwaukee market into things in terms of corporate dollars and in terms of people that are going to come over to games. Agreed. And Milwaukee's got plenty of other teams.
Yeah.
They got the Brewers, they got the Bucks. Like
No doubt.
That's a good question.
Have to look into
what
it. I don't think there is really. Houston, no. Indy, no.
Nashville has the Predators.
Nashville's got the Predators, at least in our division. Tampa, New Orleans, Carolina, right? They've all got, I don't know. That's interesting. So anyway, look, again, it's a lot of money. There's no doubt about it. But to me, this is a forever investment. We got to make it happen. I think they will. I'm pretty confident they will. All right, they're thinking about natural grass in the. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, I'd rather play on that.
I think the field's going to get enough sun to be fine. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Well, and plus other cities, they roll it out. They roll it out in the sun. They bring it back in. I mean, it's all on, some kind of rollers.
I think aren't the Cardinals the only team that does that?
I think the Cardinals do that. Yeah, good call. But it works for them, right?
Yeah, it does. I think with this like modern technology though, that roof that they're putting on allows for enough sunlight. Yeah. And then I'm sure they just have a sprinkler system or something for the field. I wonder
if the heat out there's, because it's different. Maybe you can do it easier with, rolling it out, rolling it back in. But look, you got to believe in today's day and age, they're going to figure out grass. I mean, give me a break. People are growing it everywhere, no pun intended. All right, let's training camp starts July 21st for the Rooks, July 25th for the Vets at Miller Electric Center. Can't wait to check out that facility. That's going to be absolutely awesome, fans. There are so many seats for you to go check it out. You're going to be right there too, and it's going to be a great thing. Look, I'm getting more and more excited about Trevor, and this is not a hype piece. I don't hype. I don't like all that hype, but whatever. People got to do what they got to do. I like what Peterson said on Trevor, and I did write this down because I wanted to be verbatim because we've been talking about this. And I quote Doug Peterson, he understands his role from the standpoint of putting the ball in the playmaker's hands. Exactly, right? That's what we're talking about. And that's what Trevor has to do is, look, can he carry the offense? He can. Why? Because he can put the ball in that where it needs to go, in the right placement. And you're going to see more and more. Look, I know there were times last year, right here on this podcast, I'd be sitting in this room on a Monday, be going, oh my gosh, what's he doing? What's he thinking? He's sailing balls. He's throwing bad picks. Earlier in the year, right, he was up early. He was really good, and then he went in this spell, and you're like, oh, man, what's going on? Did they figure him out? He's all over the place. He made the same mistake. It was 2 weeks in a row when he threw the one pick, and they threw the second pick. Denver right at the goal line. Was that back-to-back games?
I don't know if it was back-to-back, but it was Houston and Denver.
And Denver, right. It was kind of rolling out. He doesn't see the guy, and he makes the throw. And
without those two picks, they probably win both those games.
Yeah.
Which is why it hurt. Good. That was a big reason it hurt so bad.
Yeah, that did hurt.
It's not like they were up or down 17.
Right.
And through, it was like these are one-possession games.
Right. They needed it.
And that's the league.
Yep. But he got better and better. He really did. Time. And his completion percentage, his yards per attempt, they kept him clean. He got the ball out quick. And that's the thing. I'll go back to Matt Hasselbeck sitting with, at breakfast with him. He's like, I'm telling you, I know what Doug, because this was when Trevor was kind of struggling, or after he was struggling, just getting going again. He's like, I guarantee it, because I've seen Doug in action. He's saying, just make completions. Just make completions. That's what he's saying. Put the ball. I'm going to call the play. I'm going to get him open. Just give him the rock at the right time in the right spot and let them do the rest. How many times? Guy open, right in stride, up the field, and get you 15, 20, or even more. Because of why? Because of the speed. They're going to get open. There's no doubt in my mind they are going to get open in Doug Peterson's offense, and Trevor is going to get better and better. He's already, look, we've already talked about his presence as a leader off the field, on the podium, all that stuff, and last year proved, at least the last 10, 11 weeks, he is on his way up. His trajectory is looking phenomenal, and look, he's got to prove it He's got to prove it. There ain't no, free ride in this world or in the game of the NFL, right? It's what have you done for me lately type of league, and he's got to prove it, but I think he will. I'm looking forward to seeing him more in training camp. I'm not going to be one of the guys. I know, look, people love tracking his stats in practice. I don't know. I don't think they really, they mean a whole heck of a lot. I just know that when it comes game time, that kid's going to be ready to play, and it's going to be an exciting time. And look, you look at the OTA, and it was 1. You just look at the speed. They're going to score points. There's no doubt. Unless something happens, Trevor's off, whatever, you know what I mean? But they're going to score a ton of points. They're built for it. They're built for it big time right now.
Fast.
So it's going to come down to Trev. It is.
And I think you used to say this all the time in 2021 and 22, and he does play better when this happens. When Trevor plays a little bit of sandlot ball.
Yes, Trevor ball.
He plays better. And I think he throws less picks when he does that.
Yep.
Like I think that's a direct correlation. I think we've seen enough Trevor to see that. It just, I don't have any data or anything to back that up, but just watching the games, it feels like when he's a little bit more willing to scramble over here and maybe let someone break open or something like that, he's not necessarily going to fall into a trap as much on a zone defense or whatever. That's where he's throwing it right to a defender or stuff like that. And that's when because his arm talent's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And he's a great athlete.
Yep.
He's really
faster than you think.
More elusive than you think, too.
More elusive. He's a little gangly when he runs, but whatever. He gets it done.
But someone his height shouldn't be as elusive as he is.
Yeah.
And have the side-to-side quickness that he does.
And again, I think this is for a lot of young QBs, whether you're talking the rookies this year, Fields, guys that can run. Getting that first down, does it really matter if you do it with your legs or your arm as long as you're not getting killed? You know what I mean? Like that it does. It gets you in the flow of the game. That's what I mean by Trevor ball, right? It's like, look, I'm not only making throws, but I'm also taking off and getting first downs and putting some real pressure. Who cares how they score? I don't care. If Trevor scores on an 80-yard run, touchdown. Who cares? I don't care if it's an 80-yard throw. That's what I mean. So, and I think along with also you hear Trevor talk about checkdowns like, hey, I got to know that I don't have to force it, right? And I'll be honest with you, I'd rather see him run a little bit more than check it down, depending on where that checkdown is,
And who the checkdown is.
What's that?
And who.
But
if it's Travis Etienne in open space, I'd probably rather him have the ball than Trevor.
Yeah, depending where Trev's at in the game,
of course.
Or on the field. But yeah, I think he's going to that year 3, man. Let me tell you, and year 2 under Doug, that's huge. It's the confidence. I wish I could explain it, but when you experience playing, like starting. Even just playing, but starting especially, and you walk into that next year, man, you're confident as all get out, man. You're floating on air, because you're ready. You've seen it. You got to learn more. You got more to do, but man, you feel absolutely incredible going in. Like I'm ready to rock.
It's like a golfer after hitting like a couple of really nice shots and having really good holes.
Yeah,
it's like the rest of your round is like really good.
Yep.
It's like the same thing with a QB, and I think
rhythm.
It's back to the completions thing.
Yes, rhythm.
I think Doug did such a good job of any time in the game. The Chargers game was a dictionary definition of this. Anytime Trevor wasn't playing well, Doug did such a good job of scheming up 4 to 5 easy 5 to 10 yard completions. Yes, and in that Chargers game. The minute that offensively they started moving the ball was those little swing passes.
Yeah.
And it was Trevor getting completions, and the receivers were blocking well, and guys like Etienne or Agnew or whoever were catching it. All of a sudden, they're getting 8-9 yards. Those corners are cheating up. Now we're getting home run plays.
Exactly. It's that rhythm. We talk about it all the time. When we do pregame, going into games, one of the things that I always say is get them in a rhythm early. Get your quarterback comfortable. Get them confident. And take it off and run is part of that, in my opinion, right? That's part of being in that flow of the game and just naturally going. And then you got, hey, we're going to give you the first read. He's going to be open. Just make completions. Just deliver it on time. 1, 2, 3, balls out. It's got to be in the right spot. And I think you're going to see more and more of that. And now we have more home run hitters. You know what I mean? Now you have Ridley, Agnew they're going to use. Ingram can take it to the house. Zay Jones can take it to the house. ETN can take it to the house. I think El Hasty has taken it to the house, so he's got some juice too. So
can't forget Tank Bigsby.
And we'll see Tank. Tank looks like he's fast. He looks fast.
He is fast.
The way he
I've been watching Tank since 19 at Auburn.
It's funny. When I saw him just on the sideline, I said to Beasley, I was like, he looks fast. Like, you can just kind of tell the way people walk and kind of stand.
Oh, 100%.
It sounds weird. Like, every time I'll see, like, a little kid running, I'm like, look at that little athlete.
It sounds weird, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, right? You can tell.
Really good athletes, especially, like, really fast athletes.
Yes.
They always move a certain way.
Yeah, their gait's a little different.
Yes.
Like, you just tell they can move. And he looks the part, so that's going to be a fun position to watch. He's got great
hands, too, which is something I'm really excited about.
It's big.
Tank is more of a between-the-tackles guy.
Yep.
But he can really catch the ball.
Listen, I made a comment yesterday on Twitter. I saw where Saquon Barkley's thinking of holding, like, skipping a year. Like, maybe that's fluff and BS, but I'm sitting there going, man, with the way the game's going, that's only going to hurt you. And you're not the best. I mean, you're okay out of the backfield. I saw his stats last year. His best year was last year, Saquon Barkley, by far. Injury-free, too, so give him that. He caught about 59 balls. He caught quite a bit of ball, like 50-ish. But they were like 5.9 per reception. It's not like he's a threat in the passing game. I think running backs today, you got to be more that complete player. Can I line you up? Who doesn't want more of a Debo Samuel type or a McCaffrey type? Where I can put you at the home position in the backfield, or I can put you out on the slot and let you work the slot corner a little bit, or maybe a running back's got to go out there because the slot corner's on the other guy that's on the other side of the formation in the slot. That's when it becomes you're truly a weapon. I think the game's going that way. I tell you, maybe Saquon just saying that to put pressure. I don't know. The Mara's been around a long time. I don't think they're going to succumb to any pressure by any player.
Well, you played linebacker in the league.
Yep.
Any given week as a linebacker, would you rather have a running back that they're pretty much a one-trick pony? If they're getting the ball, it's going to be between the tackles going uphill. Or a guy that can do that and can also line up and can catch the ball and can stretch you side to side.
I'll give you a duo: Marshall Faulk or Jerome Bettis.
Marshall Faulk,
right? Just because of what you're talking about. Now, granted, back in the day, that wasn't how offenses were, right? It was more line up.
But we're talking
fullback.
about
I'm talking about today.
Yeah, if they
back today, you're taking Faulk.
If you could have preserved
not be a super stud player in today's game, even more than he was. I mean, Marshall Faulk was one of the most electric, exciting players in the entire National Football League. I would imagine him in today's game. All right, I just want to wrap up. Such a shame, man. James Robinson, our own J-Rob, gets released by the Pats after signing a contract for 3 months. I'm assuming it's got to be injury related, maybe not healthy enough, maybe it's not coming back, the Achilles. You know what? I'm only bringing this up because, it's such a what have you done for me lately league. Think about James Robinson's story. Rookie here in Jacksonville, comes out of Illinois State. Nobody knows who the heck he is, and he unseats the 5th pick in the draft in Leonard Fournette. I mean, literally, like, Lenny, love you. We're going with the young kid. We're letting you go. Think about that. This James Robinson, rookie free agent, not drafted, becoming the starting running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars his rookie year, and then has a 1,000-yard season. Like, we're all like, oh, man, we got the running back, man. And then we bring in ETN. We're fine with that, right? Because now we got a home run hitter. James Robinson, given a chance, he had a nice, had a 50-yard.
We're thinking we've just drafted a Fred Taylor, Maurice Jones-Drew type of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the injury happens. And then he goes to the Jets, and then, he doesn't play as much, and then he goes to the Pats. And I'm pulling for the kid. He's a nice, humble kid. He's a tough, hard-working kid. I hope
he's everything that's right with pro sports.
No doubt. And I hope he can, great add-on. I hope he can figure it out. There's nothing worse when the injury, defines the end of your career. It just sucks. I mean, there's more to do in life. Don't get me wrong. You got to, suck it up and deal with it. But when that body just won't do what you want it to do or won't do what it used to do, make a joke. My last thing in the recital, I'm on the top of these stairs, kind of like leaning back, and I got to, mime the words, and I got to get up and walk down the stairs. Well, last night I went to get up, and I didn't get up as smoothly as I thought I was going to get up. It took me an extra push to get that off the damn thing and walk down
and get a little momentum going.
Yeah, I need some momentum, yeah. But in all seriousness, man, I hope J-Rob does get another opportunity. I hope he's healthy. And that goes for anybody out there trying to nothing worse.
He's still a young player, too.
Yeah.
He's probably my age.
Like we talked about that Achilles, it shreds. I don't know. You look at Cam Akers and he comes back in 5-6 months. Maybe it wasn't as severe. I don't know, but
he looked good.
Yeah.
In Jacksonville.
I know.
Like the early part of last season,
remember
he looked good.
Was it San Diego? He had like a 50-yard touchdown run, right? And everyone's like, oh, he's not a home run hitter. Well, from 50 and out, I'm okay with. And to be honest, I'd love my running back to take it from 80 or 90, but I'm okay with 50. You know what I mean? Let my quarterback and the receivers take it the rest of the way.
And I think it also shows how much of a traits league the NFL is.
Yeah.
Because J-Rob's thing has always been, he'll get you 4 to 5 every carry.
Always falling forward, right? Never got hit and knocked back, hardly ever. Always, even when he got tackled, he's going forward. You're right.
Nobody in the league seems to want that.
They want the home run.
They're right. That's what I'm saying. It's like it just shows you how much of a traits league the NFL is. I mean, Anthony Richardson went 4th overall.
Oh, right.
It's such a traits league. It's such a ceiling.
Right.
What could you be versus what are you now?
And what's the worst case scenario for AR? He takes us to the house with his legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got that capability. It's just the way, the league's going. You got to be able to really move.
It's a traits league, man. Trayvon Walker went first overall. It's all about your ceiling.
Yep.
I think an NFL GM, if you got them in a room off the record talking honestly, what they would say about James Robinson is they feel like his ceiling is low. Because
he's already hit it probably.
Yeah, and because I know what I'm getting out of J-Rob, which is great, which is, again, that 4 to 5 yards a carry, but I never I don't think he's going to hit a lot of home runs.
The health is, I think, a factor. There's got to be something with that.
It is, 100%.
You know what I mean?
The health limited that ceiling even more.
Right.
Whatever it was.
But his ceiling was still pretty good.
I agree. I totally agree.
But I think it comes down to just speed. I mean, look, first and second middle linebackers may not be in the league very much longer. You know what I mean? It's funny, though, like back to running backs, and we'll wrap it up. I know this one's long, but, or run defense. You don't need that that cowbell type running back until you need him. We're trying to run out the clock. You're trying to keep the ball away from the other team, and you got a pounder that nobody can tackle or doesn't want to tackle anymore because he's been pounding them.
It's probably harder to put teams away than it ever has been.
Right, because without that kind of back.
Because their offense is better, and most teams don't have that type of back anymore to get those 5 first downs to ice the game.
Yeah, plus back to James Robinson, Adlai Stevenson's a really good player, the Patriots fullback or running back. And he's a kind of a cowbell type guy.
Who?
Stevenson. I don't think I had his first name.
Ramondre Stevenson?
Yeah. He's a beast.
Oh, so maybe, he's a really good.
Maybe there just wasn't a fit there. I don't know why.
Us fantasy guys know Ramondre Stevenson very well.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a big-time player. He's a big-time player. All right, that's going to do it for me. Got to get the show on the road and got a meeting, got to get a workout in, and then get ready for the Nancy Dance recital. It's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to watching the ballet and then hosting the second act. So if you're out there, say hi and try not to make fun of me because it's a little bit of a goofier role than I'm used to. Graham, it's not, it's a little goofy. You got to be a little goofy. So I'm going to try to goof it up a little bit.
Just get a couple of beers in.
Yeah, what do you think? 2, 3, 5? What do you think? 7? What do I think I need
7.
I'm only kidding. 7 get me in trouble. The kids will get scared of the host of the second act if there's 7 involved. All right,
he's slurring his words. What's going on?
Sir, what are you doing?
Why is his face all red?
Right, exactly. All right, that's going to do it. That will not happen. All right, no, never in a million years. All right, that's going to do it for me. This time around for us, Graham Marsh, of course, right here in the 1010XL studios. I want to thank my sponsors again, J-Dog Junk Removal. Check them out, jdogjunkremoval.com. And, of course, Chris Lucero's Bail Bonds, the number one name in the bail game. 904-822-BAIL, 904-822-2245. Y'all have a great day. Be safe. Stay cool. We'll see you right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Peace.